Hello and welcome to episode 110 of the FPL Hangover podcast, where we raise the bar and lower the tone, all things FPL related. We are coming to you just after game week 31 has finished. A bit of a strange and kind of tragic game week, I suppose, in many ways. Either way, you couldn't move. You couldn't move for wildcards this week. There's wildcards everywhere. So, lots of ups and downs, and we're going to have a look at what happened in Game Week 31. We're going to look ahead to Game Week 32. We've got a decent drunk tank here with a bunch of locals lined up. And helping me digest all of that is my podcast partner in crime, Paddy. How are you getting on, my friend?
I'm getting on great, and you'll be delighted to know I'm not leaving Twitter this week.
You're not leaving Twitter. That's the latest thing in the FPL community, is that people are retiring early.
There's a lot of people retiring, yeah.
Well,
but best of luck to them.
Exactly, and I'm sure we'll see you all soon. But yeah, how was game week 31 for you, Patrick? Are you feeling emboldened? You seem pretty happy when we started the call.
I was looking forward to this question all day. So let me tell you, let me take you on a little journey here, all right? So I had picked out my team. Made a little -4 this week, Jer.
Okay.
Remember you got me drunk and you talked me out of a wild card last week.
Actually, that's a good point, Paddy. Before you go on, we might as well set the scene for anyone who did miss last week's episode. We did a live stream, and it was a wildcard edition. It was all about how, we're both on a wildcard and it'll be all great because we both had kind of planned. And what it turned out was, before the show, I got kind of cold feet. I wasn't too sure, but Paddy was gung ho. He was like, "No, I'm definitely a wildcard," and blah blah. So yeah, we'll do a wildcard. So, and we work it out on the show, and by the end of it, I end up telling Paddy I wouldn't do it if I was him. If that's your wildcard, that's not what I'm going with. And turns out we blue balls to everyone in the audience, YouTube and audio alike. So if you want to get more of that, it's YouTube. You can subscribe and like and all that stuff. I mean, we've clearly delivered on what we've provided, or what we promised. Would you agree, Paddy?
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't say we pulled a fucking Lee Bonfield. I didn't go out and say I was doing one thing and then did another thing live on a podcast or telly. I actually, all through the podcast, it was a journey for me, and I was actually wildcarding. But by the end of the tale, I told everyone I wasn't wildcarding and that I'd saw the light. I didn't feel I needed to wildcard because a lot of the players that I had were completely fine. And Jer, I don't want to give you all the credit, but I have to give you some. You did make me see the light.
I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely happy to take it, but it was a rough week. I was all the way up until, I don't know about you. You made your transfers early enough because you messaged me. You made 2 transfers last week, Paddy. Who did you get?
Yes, I took a -4 and I got rid of Bamford and I got rid of, who was the other one I got rid of? Oh, Bale. So not too okay, guys to get rid of. I brought in Jota, but I brought in Aguero. I thought, if I'm not wildcarding, I have the wildcard in the back pocket, I'm going to do something fucking maverick, Just, I was ready for the whole Twitter community to be in awe of my move, But then Late Razor done the exact same fucking move and got fucking 1,000 likes for announcing his captain Aguero. I captained Aguero as well, brought him in, but it didn't work. Well, I say it didn't work out, but it sort of did.
Yeah, it did. It ended up kind of going. You were one of those lucky boys this week, boys and girls, who will be benefiting from mass rotation. Across. I wouldn't say mass rotation, but there was a lot of rotation this week in the Premier League. Tactical positioning, in regards to FPL, but normal world stuff. Rotation around the blocks has meant that a certain figure is going to be featuring pretty prominently, climbing off the bench, and that is Mr. Stuart Dallas. 17 points, I believe, this week, and you're getting them all on, even though.
Fucking love it. Jesus, that was so good hearing you say that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was kind of rooting for you. You went around it kind of the odd way. So the average person this week, City is where a lot of rotation was. Cancelo and Stones played, but KDB didn't play. Diaz, who is heavily owned, he didn't play, and a lot of people getting Dallas on for Diaz straight swaps. Drew from Renegades, it's like, and that's just someone that I would have seen.
Jammy bastards.
Jammy bastards. And but look, that's the luck of the, as you said, Paddy, tactical positioning.
There was more skill in my Dallas coming on. Like,
I think so, yeah, because you went ahead and you transferred in a player didn't play. I mean, look, you've had a really good week. Okay, we mentioned already you've climbed. Or did we mention you've climbed?
Yeah, up? We haven't mentioned, so we will mention. I'm on 63 points this week, Jer.
Yeah.
Let the people know. 63 points with a -4. So I'm up to my previous rank was 334k. I'm up now to 272k, and I'm just 47 points off my target of the top 100k. So I'm quite happy with that, Jer. But just to paint this picture, I put out a tweet on the start of the game week.
Yeah.
At the end of the first couple of games, I put out a tweet. I said, this has been the horror week I've been waiting on.
How do you mean?
I had 10 points or something like that. I had Watkins as well, by the way, on the bench against Liverpool, and at this stage, City hadn't played or hadn't released their team news, and I wrote, "This has been the horror week that I've been waiting for." I've got lucky, and I've always kind of escaped. But finally, my game week is futile. This is the horror week. It's come for me.
It's caught up with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I put that up, and it got a nice bit of traction. Because a lot of people were in the same boat with me. And I was putting out free hugs and bringing us all together. Left those suckers, but but it all turned.
You're a plastic bitch, Paddy. Do you know that?
Aguero didn't start right, so I knew then Watkins was coming. I was getting Watkins 8 points, but Dallas had 17 fucking points, and I was like, oh my god! I just was looking at then the Charlie Taylor news. I was out having a swim. Flapjack tagged me on something saying, "Look at this jammy bastard. I'm playing him in a head-to-head," and he had arrows pointing down to my bench of the two players coming on.
I saw it. That's how I found out.
I couldn't believe it. He broke the news to me, and I saw Taylor wasn't coming on. So then I went down on my knees and I prayed to God, I prayed to Allah, I prayed to fucking everyone, and he didn't come on, and I got Dallas off the bench, and and I had Lingard, I had Son, the little bitch, and I didn't get the captaincy right. I'm not going to complain, obviously, but I've just got Veltman there now as well. Veltman clean sheet. So I love this game. I'm signing a contract to stay on Twitter for at least another 5 years.
Yeah, based
I'm not
on this
leaving.
game.
I'm not leaving. Yeah. So that's me. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm really happy.
No, I'm delighted. I said it to you before we recorded that I don't know if I remember a week where you were disexcited about your game week score. That's kind of something that I'm like, oh shit, he's actually really happy, and I didn't even really appreciate that, I suppose, until we started chatting. I mean, it's always good when you get 25 fucking points off of the bench. Come on,
Yes.
25 points.
Shag me.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I don't think I can complain too much. I haven't had too poor a week myself. Where am I? I have the live FPL stuff. I am currently 53 points -4, so 49-point week. I think it looks like the average is 48 in the top 10k and 36 in the overall ranks. So in and around that. At least that's what it's telling me on livefpl.net. Your go-to stop for live FPL ranks, unless you use an app. You're a playmaker, man, Paddy. I know that much.
Yeah, I'm loving playmakers. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I know problem shilling for things that are actually in people's lives. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, 49 plus 3, 52 points this week. -4. So my -4 this week. Not the brightest decision I've made, but not the worst. I'm like you, Paddy. I came out of the conversation last week and it had really stuck with me. What the fuck am I going to do? Because I had really just planned on wildcard in game week 31. Then that Spurs double is announced and I see the blank in 33 and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I can actually, navigate this pretty easily without wildcard, and I don't have to worry about it. I've gotten rid of my city players. I have enough players for 33. What more do you want? And then that allows you to see what happens in Europe, and it allows you to see the double game week that's going to be played in 35. Hopefully, this is more information. So I decide wildcarding is probably not my best bet, especially when I still have a bench boost, and I can use that to some effect with a double game week. So what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm looking at it all week until was it Friday? Was it Friday deadline 6:30? So, and I just didn't know, and I had a wildcard draft there ready to go, and I decided, like you, Paddy, I'm going to attack it this week. I'm going to, if I'm not wildcarding, I'm definitely not just playing it safe and playing my team. I'm going to be use some weird emotion and get a couple of transfers in and attack it. And I thought Alonso was fucking nailed, and I was so wrong. So I made 2 moves out. I made Dallas out, Alonso in, massive point swing in itself. I know, yeah. But as I mentioned, I wouldn't have played Dallas. He was third on the bench, so I don't feel like I lost the points. No, I didn't. I wouldn't.
Imagine not playing Dallas.
I know who would put Dallas on the bench this week against Man City.
Imagine Sale. By the way, can I just segue into an actual Stuart Dallas quote?
You can, yeah.
Have you heard this?
No.
This is actually to you, okay? So Stuart Dallas has come out and said, I've seen something about being benched in FPL quite a lot at the weekend because we were away at Man City. Well done, those who kept me in. I'm sure they're buzzing. Don't bench me again. What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I mean,
actual quote.
That's amazing. This is the year, I think. This is kind of the start of it. I mean, obviously FPL has been heading more mainstream over the since whatever the last decade, but this is the year where you're seeing, why is it Leeds? That's 2 Leeds players now. Like, I know there's a few other ones, but like Bamford has been talking about his his own FPL game, and Bamford now we've seen the odd nod, and I suppose it's just money, but this is really the year that kind of stands out that it's.
But it's nice. It's nice. I think it's nice that the players that are getting involved in it more and shining a light on it.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean I'm a cunt. I don't like changing, so it worries me. I'm a cockroach. You shine light on me, I'm gonna run under a fridge. So I don't know. I'm worried about what will happen if FPL becomes. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, I'm getting kind of, you're doing it long enough this stage. You're like, what's the worst? It'll be a new chapter in the FPL story. I'm just rambling on. But either way, all right for me this week. 56 minus 4, 52. That's currently giving me a small green arrow of 200. So as close to a grey arrow as you can get. I'm up at 19.5k. So just inside the 20k mark. And we're chugging along nicely. Paddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Green arrow and all, and even you got rid of Dallas, you stole the green arrow like you had in the ad show. That was a great, you got rewarded there. And just before we go on to the next thing, I'm joking and messing about here with Dallas coming off the bench. Like, I got lucky, right? Obviously, I got lucky, but come on, there's no logical, there's no logic in FPL, is there? You do the right things on paper. Like, I brought in Aguero for a -4. I put him captain. I expected City to go fucking nuts. Hence why I benched Dallas.
Not
so you selling Dallas. There was no real. It wasn't a bad move either, was it? You were either selling him or you were putting him third on your bench, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, hindsight's always 50-50, as Seamus would say, and like it's actually weird because he did something similar to you this week, Paddy. He actually wildcarded, but he also went Man City attack captain. He got in Jesus this week, so very similar to yourself. He both trying to capitalize on what looked like a sure thing of a Man City striker starting at the weekend. Turned out not to be the case. So I don't know. It was pretty. There was a few plays this week that just didn't work out.
Typical FPL shithousery.
Yeah, speaking of shithousery, I mean, you have Chelsea losing their second clean sheet in a row. You've gotten, I don't know, I went in double on Chelsea this week. Alonso didn't play, but Rudiger, Alonso, lots of people wildcarding went heavy on Chelsea, triples, doubles. And that's 2 weeks in a row that they've conceded. I think it was Palace's only shot on target or like something like that. So it was one of those
Crazy.
fuck's sake, we just could have kept a clean sheet there kind of games. What Chelsea coverage have you got at the moment?
None. Not one fucking Chelsea player. But I'm still planning to bring them in. I think we discussed on the live stream of what I can remember. I think I'm still going to target Chelsea players. Just a wee question here that popped into my head for you, Jer. Now that you've sold Dallas, have you got any like regret? Not regret at 17 points, but I mean, you have a wild card in your back pocket as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'll bring Dallas back or anything, or
That's
will you hokey pokey him or whatever?
No, I mean, like, I don't have any initial regrets. The reason I got rid of Dallas is because I wasn't going to play him against City. I wasn't going to play him against Liverpool. I'm not going to play him against Man United because I just have better options in my team. The end of the season run, they have West Brom last game of the season. So I'm going backwards for some reason, but put it this way. Okay, game week 34 after the Man United in 33. Leeds have Brighton away, Spurs at home, Burnley away, Southampton away, and West Brom at home.
Okay, so you probably will bring him in the wild card.
I could,
maybe.
Yeah. I got him really late. I got him for that Leeds. Was it a double game week or what? Not so long ago, it's all melded into one. But I got him in for that, so I didn't have money invested in him. And it was Stones or Dallas, and I played Stones this week. I was like, fuck it, this cunt might actually get a header on target because, you know, Leeds are useless when it comes to defending set pieces. And so Stones was lethal this week. Like, if you watched it, I don't know, maybe you could say he was kind of responsible for them conceding at the end, but I mean, he was basically just standing outside the Leeds box for the entire match, and you were just looking at him going, like, from a centre back, you know, like, his heat map was insane this week. So I think, you know, my decisions were okay, and I'm not too worried about Dallas. I don't think you need like 3 leads over the next couple of matches. Now, one thing I will say, Paddy, and it's something that I thought about last week, is that your man, is it Robin Koch, is back for Leeds. So does Dallas drop back into left back with Alioski missing out? I think Alioski's off to Galatasaray. It's something that did make me consider that maybe Dallas, you know, might drop back into the defensive position. So maybe I'm okay, and maybe I was wrong about that. So, but it's something to work. It's something to kind of monitor, I think, over the next couple of weeks. Depends how many minutes he gives them, because Leeds are safe now. I think, well, way safe now.
Yeah, well, not that, you know, I never even knew that, so that's news to me. So it's definitely something to consider, and it's definitely something I'll be going straight to the Leeds fans about right after this pod. But no, that was a nice journey there you went on. You know, everything was kind of well explained there now, and you know, you had good reason to sell Dallas, and you know, so you're not bringing them in the wild card then, I don't think.
It would depend. Like, the beauty of waiting off this week is, like, I don't have any intention of playing a wild card in 32. Lovely double this week for Spurs. But
everyone on Kane.
Everyone on Kane. We have a question we'll get to later on in it. But like, everyone's on Kane this week. I've seen a few people talk about wildcarding this week, and for me, I don't see the point. Like, I don't want a wildcard before a blank. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can set your team up just as nicely.
Makes perfect sense.
But like, especially when, you know, there's a double game week in 35, I'm just kind of like, okay, I can see through this nice double game week. I'm set up. I have 2 Spurs, no Crystal Palace, so all's good there. 34, it looks okay, and 35, we'll wait and see what that brings. So I don't know. I can't even remember why I started talking about the fixtures, Paddy.
I probably waffled on some, but anyway, I think we're content. What we're saying is, with our teams at the moment in regards to wildcards, I think I'll not be wildcarding to 33 till more information comes out. At the moment, I'm content with my team.
Yeah,
I'm happy I didn't wildcard.
I think that's good. That was one of the questions I had. Is like, do you think it was a mistake? Do you think it was a mistake for people who had wildcarded though? Because that's what I mean by a strange week. Is like, as I'm comparing yourself, who didn't wildcard, to Seamus, who did wildcard, and I think you got more than him this week. What did you say, 63 minus 4 or something? And I think he got in the high 50s. You, like, if you got, you know,
I'm 63 all out.
63 all out. Okay, well then I think you beat a wildcard, and I think
we might have broke even.
Either way, it's interesting by I've seen a lot of people who wildcarded this week. You saw Trent was a big asset, kind of heavily brought in by anyone who wildcarded, and until the 91st minute looked like it was going to be a big flop. That turned out not to be the fucking case.
You see, that's interesting, Jerry, because I would have probably brought in Salah and Trent in my wildcard.
Which would have worked out, you know?
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of saying probably broke even. I'm not saying people who wildcarded and people who didn't, you know. I think there's actually people that have had horror weeks this week.
There's always
but I see a lot of people having really shit weeks in the community. You know that little bubble of people where you think the whole world revolves around?
Yeah.
But I've seen a few bad scores there. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I think wildcarders and non-wildcarders have broke even. And for me, you know, I feel a little bit better about not using my wildcard if I've broke even with people that have, because I'm in a better position now, moving into the next few game weeks with more information coming my way about doubles and things, and my team's pretty much set up for the next double anyway.
Yeah, I think it kind of works for both sides of the fence there. I'm with you. Like, I'm happy that I didn't use it, but a wildcard wasn't based on this week. Anyone who wildcarded for 32 or for 31, you know, did so with the next few weeks in mind. So, you know,
true.
It's something that you'd need a couple of weeks to look back and go, did that work? Was it worth it? But I think we'll all, like, they'll have the hope. Wildcarders will have the hope that it was, you know, wildcarding for, you know, it's not just for Christmas. You wildcard with many weeks in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ones who didn't wildcard will have the hope that, yeah, you know what, I didn't get completely fucked and I still have a wildcard. Because there was lots of options. Another, like the United versus Spurs match, or Spurs versus United, I suppose. That was like, FPL wise, not massive. You had a Son return, you had a Kane blank, Fernandes blank. I suppose massive in the sense that many people still stuck the armband on Fernandes, and Kane.
Yeah. So that was good for FPL wise for people that didn't, obviously.
For me, I was delighted.
What big captains came in? Sorry, because my captain and my vice captain was Jota, Salah, the most captained, the most popular captains. Remember we done the poll. Salah was top, Kane was second, and I can't remember who's fucking third.
Probably Fernandes, but I went Salah and he did come good. So the one that, you know, kind of led the way did come good. Jota, you know, very close to it. But the United Spurs match, Son picking up a return. It's been a bit of a while. I know people have started kind of coming off Son. But they have a double up this week, or, you know, a double game week this week. So I think that'll do a lot of people who have held on to him. That'll justify it in their heads. And it will also encourage probably those who were, you know, sitting on the fence. Can I go without Son? That'll push a couple of people, you know, towards it again. Wouldn't you say? Everton, Southampton, you looking forward to that double game week, Paddy?
That's when's that double game week?
That's this week.
Oh, I have no players in either.
You do have Spurs.
Oh no, sorry. I thought it was Everton and someone.
Yeah, Spurs are playing Everton and Southampton.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have double Spurs, Jer, and I'm happy enough just with that. I'll probably.
You head case, you know. You're not. What?
This beer might have gone to my head, has it?
No, I don't know what the hell happened there. I just completely forgot what I even asked you. I was like, uh-oh. Blank. It's a good thing we can cut all this out, Paddy. We can't. Not on YouTube.
I don't give a fuck. Leave it in, man. We don't cut. Come on, let's go. So come here. Give me the double again. Give me the doubles. Is there another team? So Spurs is playing. Give me the double again. Spurs is playing. Hold on.
This week, Paddy, game week 32, we have Everton and Southampton versus Spurs 2-1-1 handicap match live by the River Thames.
That's what threw me. I was like Everton and Southampton. Right? Okay, sorry. Yeah, Spurs are playing Everton and Southampton. That's the only.
It's a handicap match. If I've learned anything from the Scouts fixture list, it's going to be 22-11.
I love it. It's WrestleMania week. Why not
Why
have a
not?
handicap match?
Yeah.
But so just for me, right? Because sometimes I don't, and there's other people listening like me. Is Spurs the only team that have a double this week?
Yeah, just Everton, Southampton. There's no
Okay,
Crystal Palace have a blank. That's worth noting as well.
so we're back on track. We're back on track. Yeah, I'm set up. I have 2 Spurs players. I think, by the way, that's enough. I know there was a question from Dave who says he doesn't listen to any podcasts. That
Are you cutting into the drunk tank right now? Are you absolutely shredding
no,
into
I'm
it?
not. I'm not. Dave doesn't listen to podcasts, so no. We'll just go to the drunk tank whenever you're ready.
No, Paddy, you've
We'll
ruined
be
it.
there.
You've actually sliced a hole in the side of the mailbag, and it's just pouring on my head in a
Oh, I'm
really.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm only new. I'm only new. I didn't know.
It's
But
my
anyway,
first day.
it's my first.
You're not that fucking new. I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't have a whole lot more to get to before we do get to the drunk tank, but I have one thing. And I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have even written down United versus Spurs because there was fuck all to talk about in an FPL sense there. But Iniacho versus Lingard, back from the dead versus back from the dead. West Ham, Leicester. West Ham doing what they've done for 3 weeks in a row now, and that's making a 3-0 lead look pretty frail. And yeah, an entertaining game. 2 goals for Iniacho, another blank for Vardy, I believe.
Yeah.
And a rest for the party boys over in Leicester Town.
Yeah, and you actually you called Iniacho last week as well. You know, we spoke about him.
Hey man,
There would have been
his
another player
form.
probably in my fucking wild card. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, like, look,
But
what was it?
that's why I think we broke even.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there was points to be made all over the town. Like, I could have
Yeah.
just went Gross to Lingard, you know, Antonio to Iniacho. Like, what I did actually just was a complete fuck up in the sense that, you know, Antonio -4, just there was no need for it. But I couldn't pick between the 2 transfers. That was my issue. I was like, that's why I went with 2 of them because I didn't know which one I wanted. But yeah, no, Iñárritu banging him in 13 points this week.
Nice fixtures ahead.
Lingard, another, was it 12 points? I think Iñárritu robbed the 3 points from Lingard. So Lingard 14 points, Iñárritu 13. But I do believe that Iñárritu actually nicked the extra bonus point, and Lingard just came out with 2, which, you know, yeah, that is true. Just petty me. I was like, yeah, fuck you. That's what you get. Spiteful jar. You know, he's just. What's the fuck is going on with Lingard, Petty?
He's just. I said it on the live stream. I said every in a while a player comes along that you just don't think about, and you just bring them in. You get that little gift from the FPL gods.
Well, why don't I have him? And am I getting him in?
I don't know. Like, you're top 20k. Like, why don't you have him? Like, do you not want to win FPL? Is that what you're saying? Like,
I don't know. Do I want to win FPL? Like, I feel like if I won it, I'd just pack it all in.
no, you wouldn't.
I fucking would.
You would miss me and Seamus too much.
Possibly.
But Lingard, why don't you have him? Have you no room at the inn? What the fuck's going on? Who give us like why? What's your midfield? Like whose place?
Let me pull it up. Yeah, no. So basically, my midfield is for Rafinha, Son, Salah, Fernandez, and Gross. Now, obviously,
Oh, gross. So
yeah,
go,
I know,
gross.
but
Oh, yeah. That's a great boast. That's a great boast.
boast. Gross has a fixture. This is why I have already still got it, okay? And if you look at the fixture list, Paddy, you will see quite clearly that in game week 30 fucking 3, excuse me, in game week 33, Sheffield United, in a blank game week where, you know, there's Fulham not playing, City not playing, Southampton, Spurs, all missing. Anyone going heavy on Spurs this week, you don't have those Spurs next week. It's one of the reasons why we'll talk about 2v3. Southampton, yeah, the likes of Forster, maybe the odd Ings. City, anyone who still has City assets, they've got blanks next week. So I'm like happy to have Gross for that Sheffield United match. Maybe I shouldn't be, maybe I should just get him out and go Lingard. That's my dilemma for this week. Do I just swap him to Lingard and go, yeah?
Well, let's just talk. Okay, that's a fair argument there. You were honest, but West Ham have Newcastle next. Is that not a plum fixture for Lingard as well? Maybe like Lingard is like, I know we joke about he's Messi Lingard. He is Messi Lingard at the minute. What's gross? Who's gross? Is he anybody?
When you put it like that, Paddy. What the hell? Is he anybody? Look, gross is.
Sorry for giving you a harsh dose of reality here, but who the fuck is gross at the minute? Has he been pulling? Has he been pulling up trees like Lingard?
I got gross in for that blank game week recently, 4 weeks ago or whatever it was, when there was only 4 fixtures, 29. I don't know what it was. I got him in, and he got me an assist. He came out with.
Keep him to the end of the season then.
Well, not to the end of the season. Brighton have, they have. I don't know.
Captain him this week.
Look, okay. This is why I shouldn't be on an FPL podcast. It's like, I just don't. I don't have a plan. Like, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how the week eats at me. That's the beauty of European football. At least you can use that excuse. You can be like, no, I need to see who gets injured and whatnot, and then just basically cram it all in on a Friday night. But yeah, Iheanacho versus Lingard. I don't have Lingard. You don't have Iheanacho. What are you gonna fucking do about it?
Brilliant. This is a great segue. Are we segueing now into the next game week? Yeah, we pretty much have.
Sure.
Like I've got a transfer in my pocket to use. I've got Aguero.
Okay.
Do I keep Aguero? Can I ask your opinion on Aguero? Do I keep Aguero versus Aston Villa?
No.
Well, of course I have to wait for the presser, don't I?
No, you just don't. That was a boo-boo.
Yeah, that was a boo-boo, okay. But do I get Cavani in for United against Burnley?
That's a tempting option. That's
a beautiful. Do you like that?
I do like that. I have Bamford as well that I don't mind, but again, I'm looking at that 33 and they've got United.
I'll give you a little semi there. Let me just get you hard. I've also...
My penis is more flaccid than you could ever imagine.
So right, if I get Cavani in this week, Burnley at home, and then Leeds away...
See, that's the thing, and I'm with you.
And then I'm wildcarding.
The only issue, and this isn't an issue, I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate here. The only thing I can see is United basically have European football each side of every match for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Right. Okay,
next 3 or 4
good.
game weeks. So it's worth. Like, I feel like maybe Ole can rest Cavani on Thursday. They're 2-0 up against Granada. I would be playing Greenwood through the middle, Daniel James outright, and rest him. Who we need to rest as long as I can rest him.
So Cavani plays against
Burnley. I don't know. If I saw that on Thursday night, Cavani on the bench, I'd be a very happy boy, and maybe I'd consider it a lot more, which I like about it.
I like that thought process. And you had the same thought process with Gundogan, and that came to fruition as well. So,
it's a risky game, Paddy. Like, you see what happened with me with Alonso.
You have to look ahead at these things. Yeah. This is the game we play, but
I fucked up the Alonso decision. You know what I mean? Like, the same process. I thought he was guaranteed to play, and he didn't play.
You got fucked over there, like. But you can't get them all right. You're not a fucking
Yeah.
You're not a god.
It's one of those seasons, Paddy, where and we'll review this obviously at the end of the year, but it's one of those ones where I can't complain. I'm a really, really happy rank, like, in terms of what I had, how much I dropped off over the last 2 seasons to be up in the 20k. It's like, oh fuck, I could end on a season high here. So it's all still to play for with 7 game weeks left, but I have taken a lot of swings this season and they haven't worked out. Like, I mean, I could track back at the end of the year. I could look at several game weeks where I went to play it fucking different, and it's only the template that saved me. It's like, fucking, I remember getting De Bruyne out, basically had to buy him back 2 weeks later, and I think Alonso was potentially a mistake. But wildcard, as you said, so we won't dwell on it too long. It's just something that's in the back of my mind.
Yeah. So just to go back to the Cavani one, the other transfer, you've gave me a good, you've plotted out some thoughts for me. I look at Iheanacho. Look at his fucking next 4 games. West Brom, Palace, Southampton, and Newcastle.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
I think he's. Last week I got him in, and I was going for the heavy Vardy game. And there's a lot of people this week who would have wildcarded, who didn't get in Vardy this week, who decided they'll get in a Man City asset and they'll play it smart, maybe a certain FPL drunk, and then I'm thinking they'll get in Vardy next week. I thought I was making a mistake getting Iniacho in this week. I thought I should be spending the money on Vardy. This can't keep, going for him for Iniacho. And I was wrong. He's got 2 this week. He fucking looks lethal. It's basically, that's what I'm saying. Lingard and Iniacho this week were battle of the hot fucking hand. Back from the dead. Who saw this coming 12 months ago? And I think he's 5.8, 5.9 now, I'd imagine.
5.9.
Yeah, 5.9. Lovely fixtures all the way until game week 36, and by that stage you could be really revamping your forward line anyway. So I think easy move. What is yours? You've got Aguero.
Yeah, so I'm getting rid of Aguero probably.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Who scores more points in the next 2 games, Iniacho or Cavani? Leicester have got 2 home games. West Brom have just fucking annihilated Southampton 3-0. Yeah. They're kind of, they're not the fixture picker on the FPL app has them green. They have them bright green. It couldn't be any fucking greener. But I don't think it's green anymore. I think it's amber.
Yeah, I mean, West Brom at home, Crystal Palace
are no fucking joke either at the minute.
Well, I don't know. They got smashed pretty heavily by Chelsea at the weekend.
That's Chelsea.
It's getting to that stage, Paddy, where there are teams on the beach. Do you know, where it's maybe you could argue maybe Southampton.
This was a question last week.
Yeah, I think it was.
we're here.
But you could argue maybe Southampton, they got smashed by West Brom. Maybe they know their season is kind of done. Crystal Palace, they're safe. They know their season is kind of done.
Right, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
It's a tough one to talk about because it's all subjective. It's all conjecture.
Right.
But my point. What was the question?
Gun to your head. Who's getting more points over the next 2 game weeks, Iniacho or Cavani?
I'm gonna say bias United fan Cavani. But
okay, cool.
I'm waiting until
I'm
Thursday.
Gonna make that transfer.
But wait until no. I'd be waiting until Thursday.
Yeah, I'll wait.
See what that lineup is. But
it'll be interesting. We'll mark that. Can you mark that so we will just revisit it? I would like to just see who.
When you ask me to mark it, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Write it down on a piece of paper or something.
And why can't you do that?
I don't have any paper around me.
This is fucking typical. This is typical Paddy shit.
You're more organised. You're more fucking organised. Yeah. I'll mark it.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, remind me about Cavani and Iniacho in 2 weeks.
All right. I didn't know we were bringing.
Okay, your reminder is set for the 26th of April, 2021.
Right, it's done.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Siri just made a guest appearance on the show. I don't know if I like you or hate you now. I'm so confused.
I love that. It was a moment.
All right, Paddy. Guess what time it is?
It's drunk tank time.
Damn right. Okay. So first up this week we have this is a bit of a mad old drunk tank. We've got a lot of the locals in this week. They've all dropped in to say hello, and there's some kind of funky questions, but we might as well get to the proper FPL ones first and let the mad ones kind of slowly fizzle in.
Okay.
This is the one you alluded to earlier, Paddy, when you tried to sabotage this whole segment. This is...
We're going to fucking hear the end of this.
FPL _ or at Claps _ grapes, FPL Dave, red card. See, I mean, how are you even supposed to fucking read that? But he asks, triple Spurs, yes or no? P.S. I don't listen to pods, so please tweet the answer. I do appreciate the absolute gall on your man, but...
Yeah,
I'll answer it, but I will.
But at least it's a question that everyone's probably going to want to know anyway. So take it away.
Take it away, Jar. No, we kind of touched on it a while ago. I'm not triple Spurs. I think there's a couple of outlying Spurs options that I could justify, the likes of a Reguilon. You could take a punt on an Aurier, Lloris, Rodon, Moura. They're all outline. What are you doing? What are
Oh,
you?
wankers.
They're all like, if you wanted to go triple, these are the ones you're looking at tripling
Yeah.
on. But I mean, it's realistically just Son and Kane. I think Son and Kane. You could argue Son or Kane. Would you? What about you, Petty? How do you feel?
Son and Kane. There's no one else.
Do you need Son and Kane then, or could it be Son or Kane?
Well, you don't need Son and Kane, but you'd like to have them, wouldn't you? Going into a double.
But a double where they blanked the week after.
Ooh, you see, that's the one.
Yeah, this is why I don't think the triple is worth it if you're not.
No, it's 100% not worth it. There's no triple on the table.
I don't think so.
There's no picture where I see a triple on the table.
You're on fire tonight. I'm imagining what's in your head, where your memory. I just don't see a picture of a triple. Not anymore.
It's gone. It's gone.
I love it.
It's gone.
That's there you go, Dave. I think we're
And by the
both
way,
Son
Dave,
and Kane.
fuck you.
Why? What did he do to you now?
He'll never hear.
It's win-win.
He doesn't listen to pods, so we can call him all the fucking we want. You're a wanker.
But this is, he's popped in for a couple of points now at this stage. This is a couple of questions he's got in. So I'm starting
He's got a lovely Mazda, Dave. And if he is listening, he'll like that because he got new alloy wheels this week. So,
got a new Mazda. Shout out to your alloy wheels.
Shout out to your alloy wheels, Dave. And if you've listened, you will say thanks.
No,
so
either way. Next question. A local big time. He's always pops in for a drink. DD at DD1978A. Afternoon, gents. I love this temporal loop we've got going with morning, daylight, afternoon. Afternoon, gents. I left Alice on the bench. So like Son, do you think that I shouldn't get any dinner now as a punishment? So yes, I mean Ole this week, pretty harsh words for Son. He said if he was his dad, he wouldn't feed him, and he left Alice on the bench. I don't think any of us are in a place to criticize. We both left. I got rid of the cunt, and you left him on the bench too.
yeah, starve him.
Starve him out there.
Fuck it.
What did you make of that whole Ole? And...
I thought Mourinho won.
Mourinho came out looking like a moron.
No, I thought that was a shit analogy by Ole. I didn't like it. I was like, I never heard that before. Starve my son.
Well, I think what he was trying to say was, I would send him to bed without dinner, which is a pretty common phrase. Do you know that kind of way?
Well, I think there were so many better ones out there. Like, I mean, I'm not going to rhyme one off, but Son was rolling around like a little bitch. He went down like he was shot by a sniper in Platoon. Where did the fucking feeding and all? Like, it's not fucking Band-Aid.
That's not what he meant. What he was like, what do you mean Band-Aid? For starters, it's Live Aid, I assume is
Live Aid. Sorry,
but no, I think it was like I'd send him to bed without any dinner if he was fucking my son or
chastise him, yeah. Chastise, smack his arse.
I don't agree. Whatever with that bollocks. Ola's gone down plenty of times like that. I think second captains pointed out that Arsenal match, was it maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago at this stage, where he went down very similar to a slap in the head. But my point was just that when Mourinho was talking about, you must feed your kids. I was like, what are you... he didn't mean he's literally going to starve his child.
I know that it was a metaphor. I know, but it was just. I just thought it was shit banter.
It was. I mean, the two of them came out of it looking like dopes. I just don't think Mourinho should have come out of it looking as stupid as he did. Is my point.
I thought
Ole had already set the bar so fucking low.
Yeah, well, when someone says something stupid, you ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Ole fucking hit some stupid banter, didn't he? So Mourinho just stupid bantered him back, and Mourinho, I thought I actually laughed because it's just typical Mourinho shithousery, deflection and shit. When my son, you should always feed your children.
Even if you must steal, you must feed your children.
Yeah, he set Mourinho up, and Mourinho just hit the ball. That was it. It's over.
I love it. I love the little bit of weird rivalry they got going on.
Yeah.
Not at all what you asked, Didi, but
Yeah,
there's your
there you
tangent.
go.
He does have a tag along onto that question. He says, "Who would win in a fight, Paddy or Jer?" Paddy, I'll let you answer that one.
I'd bait the fucking head of you, Jer.
Of course he would.
I would get me cock out and I would fucking slap you all over the face with.
I don't imagine it any different. I think it would be. It wouldn't even be a contest, would it? I'd just be gone for sure.
But no, we actually spoke about this off air. We wouldn't fight. We're not fighters.
We're lovers.
We're lovers.
Lovers, yeah,
Yeah, so-
exactly. Sorry, Didi, you can't come between
peace
us
and
like
love.
this.
You can't try and break us up. Like
No, dude, this is every time with him. This is.
he just misses Seamus too much, and he's trying to.
He's done the same
fucking
thing
fight.
with James. He did the exact same
trying to
thing
put-
with James.
has he?
Yes. This is classic Didi. He's. Not,
Can you block listeners?
I really don't want to. We need every listen we can get. How am I supposed to keep this lavish lifestyle going, Betty?
I'd fucking block him. Will.
No. Oh,
I'm only joking. Diddies.
yeah, and I think we all know the answer.
Yeah,
I
we
would
love you.
some
Who doesn't love Diddies? Is that his name?
DD.
Oh, DD. Oh well, tomato.
Tomato. FPL drunk. You might know him, Paddy. Another ridiculous. See, this is what DD does. He just lets the questions descend into absolute chaos. Would you rather? Is a classic one. Would you rather fight 1,000 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? Thank you, Seamus. Paddy.
Isn't fucking many ones.
Yeah, I thought about that today
You just
too.
fucking stand on them all, just kick them.
Yeah,
everywhere.
kick their faces off.
Are they many sized ducks, horses?
Do you know how big a horse-sized duck would be?
It'd be fucking massive, man.
The wings on that thing.
And the fucking. I actually thought about this too. A duck's beak is quite big.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a fucking horse-sized duck's beak?
No, I don't want to. And I don't want.
It would fucking destroy you.
Yeah. No, you don't want that.
But could you imagine a little small fucking horse-sized duck?
You mean 1,000 duck-sized horses?
Yeah, they can't really attack or anything. You know.
But my only thing is, you seen Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World?
Yeah.
You see those little cunts that like swarm. That's what would worry me about 1,000 duck-sized horses. Is that maybe
I think I'd take our
I'll
chances.
take the chances with 1,000 of them, kick my way to the end, hopefully, and then to safety. But one horse-sized duck, I'm locked inside the house.
No question.
This question I think is aimed specifically at you, Paddy. This is from at Elf FPL. He's dropped in now a few times over the last few weeks. I'm starting to sense there may be
Dropped in rank.
Well, he is picking up on from last week. You did a Jamaican accent. You don't.
Can't even remember. Can't recall.
I remember it. I was worried for a second. And he asks, is Paddy good at doing other accents? Namely, and he's gotten 5 accents here, various in nature. And I'm going to mark you out of 5. And I'm going to give you each of them in a row. Are you okay with that, Patrick?
I'm totally not okay with that, but I'll go with it anyway. I'm terrible at accents, so.
I bet you. Well, I mean, you.
Sure.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't mind making a fucking tit of myself.
I can tell.
On air, you know, I don't give.
Let's get.
Go. Right, let's go.
Let's get this show on the road. Patrick, a Welsh accent, if you would, please.
Welsh accent, right? I'm going to probably offend a lot of Welsh people here, but let me see. I can't. Can we cut that a little bit there? Because I can't fucking do. What's a Welsh accent like?
I'm not cutting anything. This is all going out.
Right. Okay. Let me see. I've been out shagging some sheep, haven't I? My name's fucking FPL Elf, and I'm having a shite fucking season, so I have to fucking shag a pile of sheep.
That's not bad.
So fucking bad at FPL, ain't I?
That's
that?
very good.
Was that all right?
Yes, that was good. I was not expecting that. This is only going to get worse. And yeah,
okay.
This is. I wish I.
Well, are you rating that one out of 10 or what?
5.
5.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I think for me, it's a solid 4 and 5. It's because I feel like the rest are going to be really poor that I'm giving this a strong 4. I think this is going to be the winner, and I wish we hadn't started with the best. But hey, let's go on to number 2. A Scouse accent, Paddy.
What's the Paddy? Paddy? Give us a bifta, Paddy.
I like it. I like it.
Is that all right?
What's a
That-
bifta?
That's a cigarette, I think.
Oh, that's good. Give us a bifta, Paddy.
Give us a
I was
bifta.
expecting the back of the
Oh,
throat.
give us a bifta, Paddy. Nice fucking runners.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I like it. Okay.
Trainers, they would say trainers. I'm not good.
That's a 3. That's a solid 3.
Okay,
for
okay,
me.
that's sweet.
So we got 4 with the Welsh, 3 with the Scouse. Cockney, it's classic.
All right, geezer. You having a giraffe?
Giraffe, yeah, that's a solid one.
Having a giraffe?
I'm going to just go with 3 though. I don't think it's beating the Welsh one.
Okay,
There wasn't the effort in there, so you got to put a bit more passion into them.
The Welsh was really hard.
But that's maybe why it came out so well. It was I was like, that's good. You accentuated the vowels. Geordie, give me a Geordie.
Way I man. Way I going for a sunbed. Go for a. Go. That's all I got. With Jordy, I'm terrible with accents.
That was a 2. That was a poor.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was- I mean,
Way I is so like original.
fishy and a dishy. No, this is 2. It was poor. And this is the most exotic that FPL at Elf FPL has gone. He's asked you to do a German accent. So be careful with this one now. This is we're all friends now, but just watch this one.
Thanks for the. Right, okay. When I think about FPL else's season, right then, Shiza. Is that any good?
This has gotten progressively worse. That was
Borden, good.
no, Paddy. What? You've gone Scandinavian. You can't go up that far. No,
Oh, for
we'll
fuck's
draw a
sake.
line on the there.
What kind of a fucking question is that anyway? Like,
Hey, look, I figured this would go from best to worst, which is I probably should have asked him the opposite way around. That German one was disastrous.
I thought the Welsh one was shite, you know.
The Welsh one wasn't shite. No, I mean it was offensive and
So
needless.
difficult to think, you know, at the beginning. Like, how do you do a Welsh
And
accent?
what do you
I love
say?
the Welsh accent.
You know, what do you say? That's the big thing. What's the Welshman say? Is Elf Welsh? You did.
I think Dave is from S. No, where's he from?
What's Dave got to do with this? This is your man from the first question.
No, I don't know where else from actually.
Well, I'm guessing it's
I
not
can't
Welsh.
remember.
I'm guessing it's not Welsh. We'll find out. Get onto us, Elf. Let us know where exactly you're from. But I think that wraps up a pretty... No, it doesn't. We have one actual question left. I'm a fucking... I'm a gambine. I knew there was another real FPL question in there somewhere. I just hadn't found it. But it's another regular patron of the establishment. He frequently props up the bar and lowers the tone. No, I'm joking. Well, he doesn't. He's actually very polite. But he has asked us nuclear atoms. At atoms_nuclear. He says, should I use my triple captain chip on Kane or save it for a different double game week player?
Wow,
I just read
he
it.
still he's a triple captain.
He's a triple captain chip, and he wants to know should he use it on Kane or should he save it for a different double game week player. I'm in an absolute tit of reading it.
Fucking now's the time.
I'm 100% with him. If I still had my triple captain chip, and I hate to bring him up again because he's not here, but to defend himself, but Seamus has a triple captain chip left as well, and that's a big question this week. Double game week Spurs. I think Harry Kane is quite literally, in the best form he's been in a very long time, and I'm talking seasons. So yeah, I don't see what would hold me back. Like maybe that someone gets a better double game week. I don't think there is. I used mine on Harry Kane.
Very jealous.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with you, Paddy. I'm a little jealous too. I used Kane, triple captain Kane in the previous. What are you fucking doing? You're banging shit again.
Sorry. There was a wire hanging on his
Oh,
arm.
fuck's
OCD.
sake.
Yeah.
But I
Go ahead.
I triple captain Kane in the previous double game week, and he got one goal, even though they hammered Burnley 4-0, and I think they won the other match 1-0. So I was disappointed, but I would do it all over again. Nuclear. That's the honest to God truth.
Like you just gotta ask yourself, what kind of people have fucking triple captains lying about at this stage of the season? Like
Same people that have wildcards, same people that have bench boosts. The ones that have been
experts.
experts. There's no such fucking thing as an expert.
Heisenberg has a wild card this week as well. Seen him.
Yeah.
Well documented on the Twitter. So I'm so like it's only jealousy that I say them things. You know yourself.
You have a wild card.
But these triple captains, like this is amazing.
Triple
like, I would
captain
love
is
to have a
not
triple
worth
captain.
nowhere near what a wild card is worth.
No, I know that, but they probably have wild cards too.
Possibly. Very true.
Does Seamus have a wild card?
No, he did that this week.
Oh well, he did just right up until now. He's wild carding probably into his triple captain. Like
Yeah, he took a stab at it this week, like a lot of people did. Like I think if the Chelsea fixture had returned a clean sheet this week, then the wildcard managers would be over the moon. Like just in general, it's just a broad kind of view.
They're all
on
wanking
it.
each other off.
Exactly, as if they weren't, already tempted to do it. But
well, captain yet.
For me, Nuclear and Paddy, I think we both are like, just use that fucking triple captainship on Kane this week. I would. There's no, at least if you are trying to make up rank and not protective, which I know you've asked a couple of questions over the last few weeks about, how do you gain rank and whatnot. It's, little things like this, I suppose. Whereas the longer you leave it, the harder it is to really kind of see what you need it for. Like last year the year before I left the triple captain till 37 or 38, just because I didn't really need it. And at the end, it was almost, what's the point? Like I need to throw it on someone mental, and I don't find it as enjoyable. I'd rather get a solid captain option for 2 matches in 1 week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps up the drunk tank, and it nearly wraps up the show. We will head over to the mini league. I don't think we have a whole lot to say about 32 any longer, Paddy. I think we're kind of
just wait. We'll just touch before we completely go. We'll go on. We'll check the most popular captain maybe.
Do.
Yeah. While you're doing the mini league, I'll look up the captaincy options.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit early to tell. The game week has just ended, but I'm sure there is quite a few this week. But yeah, you're right, Paddy. I'm going to quickly refresh the mini league and hopefully get a good side of it. No, it looks to be all good.
Where am I in the mini league?
You ask this every week.
Yeah,
I'm not even asking anymore. You haven't even made an effort to join
for fucking
it.
reminding you.
All right, so this week in first place, as it stands in front of me now, obviously this could be wrong because we're kind of just running on a refreshed internet page here, but Flying Without Ings has gone back into the top spot. Camerul Arafin, he got 69 points this week. That's brought his total up to 2078. A mere 1 point less is Ken Corbally, Ken's Rogues FC 2077. He got 63 this week. Both captain Salah. So it is fucking neck and neck right up there. Up there, Aston is a good friend of the show, Renegade Drew. Andy has got a massive 81 pointer this week. He's another one of those wankers with the Dallas coming off the bench.
Terrible. That's terrible, Jared. Cut that.
I'm sorry, but you're one of them. I'm surrounded by him this week. Not Seamus. He had a Dallas firmly planted as third on his bench. But he smashed it this week. 81 points. If anything, that probably makes him close to this week's manager of the week. So congratulations to you, Drew. I'm still in fourth with 56 minus 4. And in fifth place is Shark Team Prav Gill with 56 points. So all in all, it's still crazy tight up there. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm in fourth place. I am fully sure of who is in second and third, so I genuinely have some stakes in it this year, which is makes a nice change of pace for me, Paddy. You're not in it though.
I'm delighted for you.
Never will.
Delighted for you.
Not with that
attitude.
You.
Well, while you were spewing all that shit about yourself, the captaincy obviously is Kane this week. Yeah. It's like a fucking landslide. But for anyone who's wondering, who the other kind of people are jumping on, might be chasing and shit. Yeah. Son, obviously again, and then on third is Lingard. Surprisingly, Richarlison and Jesus and Iniacho take up the, but all will change before the some of those may change before the deadline.
Yeah, as you said, Paddy, like it's gonna be.
Anyways, Kane, it's fucking Kane.
It's gonna be pretty much Kane. Kane, maybe you'll have the few Sun punters. You know you will.
That's
you
your,
know, but
it's your differentials this week that are getting you points.
yeah, but I mean, there's some good fixtures, not just in there. I mean, you'll have those punting on Leicester at home to West Brom. Vardy, Iheanacho, they look like decent captains there. Man United at home to Burnley. Fernandes is going to, be a decent consideration. But yeah, that double game week, it's hard to get away
There's
from it.
nobody outscoring Kane this week.
Well,
No captain is going to outscore Kane, and if they do, I'm leaving Twitter. I'm gonna fucking put a message out, and I'm gonna leave Twitter. I'm gonna write a fucking strongly worded letter.
I get that, and I respect that decision. And with that in mind, we will leave all you folks. Paddy, where can people find you? What are you doing?
You can find me on Twitter at FPL Viking _, and you can also find me on Instagram, which is the Viking Dippers. Now, I really want to plug the Viking Dippers because that's where I'm having the most fun outside of FPL and still keeping a little bit of FPL in there. But it's all about positivity because I'm a real wanker on Twitter, but I'm actually a nicer person on Instagram.
Yeah, you're actually a lot nicer than you would imagine.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. So check him out on Instagram if you want to and Twitter. And if you want to check us out, you can reach us on email at fplhangover@gmail.com. I say that every week. It's not at fplhangover. It's just fplhangover@gmail.com. It's just an irritating force of habit I've gotten into. You can also reach out to us on Twitter at FPL Hangover. Drop a comment below, like, subscribe, everything, reviews, pass it on to your friends. The more you do for us, the less we'll probably do for you. That's the way I've always looked at it.
I like that.
Yeah, Paddy, wish everyone a good night there for me.
Good night, everybody, and I hope the people that got Dallas off their bench are really, really happy and don't listen to any of the negativity. It was tactical positioning.
Tactical positioning, that is exactly. That's it, and that is also the name of your sex tape, Paddy. With that, I will leave you folks. Enjoy game week 32 and God bless.